What is up? People of the internet.
What is up?
It is Dave, it is
Hello.
Duncan, it is Ross. We are back for our final video, part 4 of our top 20 of 2025.
This is where, listen, everything that's happened before, now I'm going to say, watch those videos, but at the same time, they're no worth fucking shite. Right? This is where it counts. People are like, they're like that, what do you have in your top 5? If you are paying attention, you will note that our number 1 conjoined pick from the mid-year review was a band called the Calister Boys. It hasn't been mentioned yet. Could it be number 1? Could it not? I'll tell you where it wasn't number 1. It wasn't number 1 in Kerrang's top 40 albums, top 50 albums of the year, where the Calister Boys appeared at number 40.
Seems accurate.
I'm going to say that the Architects appeared a lot higher than that, which makes me once again stress why does Kerrang exist, either as a radio station or a publication.
As someone who's recording this podcast in a Bauer Media studio, I don't represent the views expressed. We own.
Okay. Disclaimer. Can we have a disclaimer at the bottom? That looks like extra admin. Dave won't be doing
let's kick things off. Number 5, Duncan.
What do you have?
We reviewed a ton of albums from bands we were already acquainted with.
We're so old right now.
Bands you can rely on. You know,
Dave.
You know the sound.
Yes.
You know what to expect.
Give me it.
But then there are bands that you hear for the first time and assume this must be a brand new band. I've never heard of this band.
Who is it? Who are these young, fresh, nubile cunts?
And then you realise they're actually 7 albums deep into their career, Duncan.
Which makes us ignorant for not... Sit down and shut up, you ignorant slut. That's what this band is.
How? Number 5 is exactly that. A brand new band for me and for Duncan. I've actually been active for over 15 years.
Doesn't surprise me.
Released on October 10th via Translation Loss. My number 5 is the new self-titled album from Portland, Oregon's Coastlands.
Dude, I'm so fucking happy. This is so high for you.
I love this. Not only this band like quite a bit in their career, but their latest album takes a completely new direction for the band.
Maybe we should do vocals. That sounds like an extreme idea. 7 albums in. Yeah. Let's fuck around with it and see what happens.
Yep.
Album of their career.
I know, like, this doesn't sound like an album where vocals are a new thing. Like, the confidence and delivery of the vocals here feel like a band that have always had them. And I mean, like, I went back and I checked out the previous releases and I enjoyed them. They get quite expansive, quite kind of immersive albums. The type of stuff you could, like, put a set of headphones on and just kind of get lost in it. But this album, when they've added that additional layer, that extra vocal element, it just took it to a new place. And it gave me a connection with this band that I never had on the previous albums. And as I mentioned there, it's also an album for the good headphones. Like, this is unreal. Like, so much nuance, warmth, depth, a lot of resonance to the album. And again, like the previous albums, it is quite immersive, but it's not like a background album either. The vocals are just incredible. Like, the different shades and different textures on offer here, from the kind of ethereal and dreamy kind of shoegaze to like post-hardcore and like full blackened screams, are just like incredible on this. They're almost kind of drip fed into the album, which is really interesting. They don't just like hit you with it all at once. They slowly kind of like just develop it in, you know, in the pace of the album and the tone of the album. But like stylistically as well, they've definitely added more like extreme character to this album, which never really appeared before. And when they get to that like back half of the album, and that those kind of harsher elements start to come in, it is just unreal. Like a kind of surge of emotion just starts to flow even heavier through this release, especially in the vocals, which are like stunning in the melodies, just incredibly haunting. But they pair them with this like black metal kind of element, black metal screams, which just makes the album such a joy to hear. it's one of those albums that you could spend like hours listening to it, and every time you hear it, you'll hear something else. It's such a great listening experience that is complemented by a production that feels so organic and so free flowing, almost as like kind of cassette tape kind of rub to it. Mastered by Magnus Lindberg of Cult of Luna as well. Just in case there weren't enough reasons to check this out, but like I fucking love this. Absolutely adore this album. Had to be in my top 5. It's Coastlands by Coastlands. Duncan, number 5. Where are you going?
Oh, it's already been mentioned, but let's take a little bit of time to sink into the beauty, the majesty, revisiting, I think, maybe a position above where it was last year for me. We're talking Chat Pile. We're talking Hayden Pedigo. Out of nowhere. Like the collaboration, which isn't a collaboration, it feels like a brand new band.
Yeah, it does.
A brand new band that I want, like, just to be doing everything together from now on. Is like, it pains me to know on some level that the next Chat Pile album's not going to have that kind of that kind of plucky flair that Pedigo brings. It got me into him, this collaboration, from a fucking weird interview that I heard way back earlier on this year, where the band Chat Pile themselves spent an hour talking. Of an hour interview, it was about 45 minutes talking about Korn and debating the best Korn albums. The last 15 minutes are like, oh yeah, we're writing new material for ourselves. Oh, we also have this collab coming out with Hayden Pedigo. And I was like, who the fuck is this Hayden Pedigo cunt? Checked out his new album in June. Loved it. Kind of become a fan of his. Similar to what Dave said on a previous video, go and check all of them. The way they've managed to weave two sounds that don't exist in the same space into one sound is mind-blowing. He adds an element which actually weirdly fits with Chat Pile. That kind of Chat Pile have always had those kind of cleaner sounding guitar kind of picked lead bits that sit against that dystopian fucking percussive section they have. Pedigo extends it out. There's a lot of instrumental on In the Earth Again, which I imagine a lot of people kind of lose their attention with because Ray Gun's not doing what Ray Gun does, which is just spit insane stream of consciousness lyrics. But actually it works. For every instrumental track, or sometimes 2 back-to-back, you're rewarded with a Chat Pile banger, and this album is full of it. I think, honestly, when you listen to this, when you listen to a track like Radioactive Dreams, which is one of the lead singles, and you hear that kind of Deftonesy, cleany, shoegazy part against what they do, it really is kind of something special. The Matador is just this big, lumbering, fucking horrible, abrasive sounding track, and once again Chat Pile do the layered ray gun vocals, which are just like, just give me that on loop. Like this came out on Halloween, came out the same day as the old Sanguivore Part 2, and I don't know if it flew under the radar. Chat Pile are weirdly becoming that cult band that everyone loves, but I'll tell you what it did for me is it reaffirmed the fact that these guys are, and I say this with no like irony or no humility at all, Chat Pile to me are the most exciting band in metal right now. I genuinely think they could do anything now. I have like my list of albums I've listened to this year, like when I did my Wrapped, there's a couple of new bands in there, but the 4th most listened to band of the year was Chat Pile, and most of it was Cool World. I am obsessed with this band. I think they are genuinely they are the band for me at the moment. And the fact that they can just humble flex this out as if it's fucking nothing is nuts. Tears for Lucas at the end. I hope I live on this planet long enough for someone to love me as much as the way that Ray Gun speaks about his friend at the end of that. And like, I am not an emotional guy. I really amn't. I can count on one hand the amount of times since AOTY and I have cried at anything like movie, family member dying, being married. I don't do it. That track anytime it goes on, I can feel myself welling up. And it's because you listen to that, and it's probably the most authentic thing you hear, which is love between one friend to another. It is front to the back incredible, and the world is a better place for Chapel, pushing boundaries consistently. And by the way, 2026, you're on notice. They have a new album coming. And I don't think I'm going to be the lonely one man on the 20 next year talking about how great that album is. I think all three of us will be reunited, and it feels so good. Number 5 for me, Chat Pile, Hayden Pedigo, In the Earth Again, came out on Halloween from Computer Students and Modular.
Nice. Ross, number 5.
Number 5 is a great sign of how times change.
Oh, they do change.
How people evolve, how people can admit their mistakes. Producer, if you could put in Dave's sigh from my list 2 years ago, right here. My number 5 is Even in Arcadia by Sleep Token.
Dear God.
Duncan's favourite. The last album was number 1. They're down 4 spaces.
I know it's went down 4 spaces. I'd much rather it went down another 15 after that.
Yes.
Sometimes
this year, every time I say this year has been an incredible year for music, you guys go and try and fuck it.
Well, you can get to the back of the line. What did New York Times just give Song of the Year? Caramel by Sleep Token.
Yeah, which is a scathing indictment on everything. When
I play Wordle every day.
What do you call it? He got like Drummer of the Year.
I mean, it's fucking
crazy. Does anyone listen to anything? Like my favourite thing is, and Dave will back me up on this, when Dave's like, people are losing their shit on this, like the time signature and Caramel and it's like that. It's a basic polyrhythm. I'm like, even I.
It's a reggaeton beat.
Yeah, not a drummer. Even I was like that. That's easy to follow. But to people out there, I'm going to just put it out there, pop fans, who don't understand timing, that anything that isn't in 4/4 or 3/4 are like that. This guy is algebra with sticks. Listen, I've done my rant's going to be saved for a future recording that Dave will never post, so that's fine.
Caramel, and we've referenced him a couple of times tonight, kind of opens like Justin Bieber. It kind of sounds like Despacito.
It does a bit, yeah.
The Biebs.
But my God, the fucking chorus on Caramel. The blast beats in the middle over the kind of blackened screams. I watched that headline download festival. Crowd as far as the eye can see just singing it. Honestly, I don't think I like this as much as Take Me Back to Eden. But I do think
we've spoken about this before. Is that not shifty? Do you still
still in that?
Right.
The thing I do like about this album, which I actually forgot to mention earlier, is probably why Creeper wasn't higher, is I think I connect to this album more personally. But this is the first time you kind of touched on it earlier, Dave, that it's not, the sleep god and I need to make an offering, and these songs are very like personal.
Yeah.
We referenced it last time, but it's like, I know these cards are boring, but I can't always be killing the game. It's self-referential stuff like that. It's just something they've never done. But this feels like, I almost said the guy's name. This feels like Vessel is almost his actual self from his other band, and not just the masked man in Sleep Token.
I still don't know. I pay no attention to them. So every time it was like, we need to keep the industry secret. I'm like, yes. It's the same with that. When the people are like, president.
I think everyone knows who president is.
It's clearly Charlie Simpson. I'm like, but is it though? Is it?
I mean, president is, yeah. But
is it? All right, cool. Well, we'll speak off here, and then when you tell me who it is, I'll try and feign the enthusiasm I have right now.
I've been in the UK tech scene for a while. I know.
Ross knows.
I know.
Ross knows.
But the kind of mathcore influence this time round is something that we spoke about it before. Get Hetzman has that sort of almost like Swan Corey type riff.
Yeah.
Which is something I've never really heard them do before. The closer, I know Duncan said, where's the metal? The outro to the album.
Oh yeah, you're going to put it has metal in it. I'm not disputing it has metal in it. I'm just saying the ratio is a bit light. It's like, see if I ask for a pepperoni pizza and there's one pepperoni on my pizza, I'm going to be like that. Is this a pepperoni pizza or did you just put one bit of pepperoni on it?
Is the cheese fucking dynamite on it? Because
cheese is that, like, I'll tell you right now, it's riddled with cheese. It's a stuffed crust. It's a stuffed crust.
It's just R&B and pop and metal all put in a blender with a bunch of songs that I just like to sing along to, and can't ask for much more than that. So even in Arcadia,
like, I think I am the outlier here.
You are.
I know Dave's like that. I'm gonna make it sound like I'm the edgy guy. I think I am the. I think like you guys
number one album
here on the. Well, it's not a number one album because it's not number one for any of us. But
no, I mean, that's like charts wise, it was a number one album in the UK and on the Billboard 200.
Ghost was a number one album. And it's like neither one of you have it in their top 20. So
they're shite.
That counts for fuck all, right? So. What I'm saying is, I genuinely think that the conversation on that has turned maybe more than you would like to think.
Yeah, I could agree.
It's not like I'm an edgelord to be like. I think genuinely, I think I'm on the outside, and you know what? I'm on the too many years together. We're getting a divorce, me and you. Well, like we're out. This is the real shit, yo! Shut up, Fred. I'm trying to sing with an acoustic guitar here on a video that's going to be played in the Family Values.
Oh, amazing.
Right, bring it in, Dave. Where are we at? Number 4?
Number 4.
Number 4.
Where's Dave going now? I have no fucking... Like, this is exciting because a lot of what you've mentioned already, I expected to be higher. So I don't know.
Gotta go.
There's a couple that you haven't mentioned yet that are definitely within my top 4, Dave.
Yeah.
But there's one or two that you've mentioned already. I'm like, but so give it to me, Dario.
Our mid-year lists covered the January to the end of June releases.
It was a busy time,
and we said anything after that, it's not eligible for this list.
June 30th, Dave, was that hard
that
line?
Was the cut-off. That was the
cut-off.
However, we'd actually recorded some reviews for albums out in July already at that point.
I know exactly where you're going.
And there was one album that I was completely obsessed with.
Yes,
and I was like, I wish we could have just talked about that album.
It's a Dave album.
I was like, I want to let people know about this because no one's talking about it and more people need to know. So,
and everyone's now talking about it.
No. So, after a 6-month edging session, I'm finally getting to talk about it.
He's a bit to bust a nut, ladies and gents. It's going to be messy.
Let's have good.
Out on July 25th via Death Wish Inc.
So good.
My number 4 is Reveries by Spanish post-hardcore band Bone Flower. This fucking album. To put it in perspective, when I'm reviewing something, I tend to do like 3 to 5 listens usually. That's my usual kind of average. Before we hit record on reviewing this album, I'd already done 10 spins of the album before we reviewed it. And granted, it's not a massively long album. It's like 37 minutes or something. But I was just that addicted to it. Like, I just kept coming back to it. And like, even like when weeks we were reviewing other stuff, I was like, oh, maybe just give that Bone Flower another wee listen just to come back to it again. It's so fucking good. These guys are, classed as post-hardcore, but they are bringing in like elements of screamo, post-rock, alternative. There's some blackened elements in here as well, within that kind of black kind of realm. So yeah, although they're kind of self-described as post-hardcore, don't expect an album that's going to stick in that lane for the whole thing. And I get the feeling I'm listening to this is a band that have definitely tracked this in a room together because it feels like it's got that kind of natural kind of live feel about it. It's very fluid. There are like fluctuations in the tempo as they're playing during tracks. There's moments where it kind of slows right down. I was like, there's no way they're playing at a metronome here because the tempo is kind of going all over the place. But they do it in such like a smooth, kind of clean way. Like unless you're kind of listening for it, you probably wouldn't even notice. They're just very, very good at what they do. Clearly been at it for a while because the songwriting on here, the song structures and compositions are just brilliantly kind of constructed on this album. The way they kind of shift from one part to another, even the way they kind of integrate those more kind of scathing black metal, black gaze, whatever kind of type moments, just so natural on the album. You know, it never feels like they're just kind of jumping from genre to genre. And the blackened element just works so well on this. You're never really sure when, you know, they are gonna kind of light that fuse to it, but when they do, it just like adds so much intensity to the album. And everything they do, they just kind of deliver it in such a big way. It's quite an expansive sounding album. It's bursting with that kind of post-hardcore passion and emotion, especially in the vocals, which just kind of sound very volatile the whole way through. It just made me want to keep coming back to it. There's just so much reward in the re-listens to this. And for a three-piece band, it's incredibly layered, incredibly textured. Like, it sounds like there should be a 4 or 5 piece band behind this. It just, it takes you through all the different moods, all the different feelings. It can be very chaotic and intense, but also really reflective and dreamy. Just hit me in all the right places. Best post-hardcore album I've heard this year by far. And that's why it is my number 4. Boneflower and Reveries. Duncan, number 4. Where are you going for this one?
Twinsies.
No way.
Boneflower Reveries on Death Wish Inc. 25th of July.
My man.
Yeah, I'm like, you are the Hardcore Dave. Also, post-hardcore Dave. Many nicknames. All of them apt and like will work if you give it enough time. But I like post-hardcore. I don't dislike it, but the albums to me that always resonated to me were the ones where the emotion felt authentic. Like, there's some bands that are in that genre, you know who you are, and you're singing about all this horrible shit, and I'm like, that sounds like you've never lived it. It sounds inauthentic.
Yeah.
Sounds like you just felt sad that day.
Yeah.
As opposed to actually walked in the shoes of someone that has to go through things. Boneflower are one of those great examples of a band who are fully formed by the time you like. It's like imagine being able, Dave, as a parent, imagine being able to be like that. I want to have a kid, and then that kid shows up at 10, like the following day, and you're like, that I've skipped the shitting themselves, pissing themselves, like not being able to tie shoelaces, not understanding the alphabet, talking incoherently, granted they're 10, and just being able, like, fully formed and easy to deal with to an extent. That's kind of Reveries. Like, it shows up unassumingly as this Spanish outlier, and you listen to it, you're like, that it's all here. It's like, it's already done. Like, like they found their sound. They're really fucking good at it. They've released an album that just sounds, I don't know, like, the way I described it at the time was our buddy Jakob Bredel released this really personal album under River. I always get the name wrong. Riverhead. And when we listen to it, we're like, that it's just as there. Like, I can every beat I can feel in my heart. Every lyric I can feel in my heart. Reveries is that. Boneflower all the way through it. I get, like, even thinking about it now, the hairs on my arms stand up on that emotion. It just captures it in a way where it just feels visceral. The only post-hardcore can do. Like, very few genres kind of capture that way, that when someone screams about something, you feel the scream. You share that pain, you share that experience, like, there's catharsis through it. It's a cathartic album.
Yeah.
It's one, and I've come back to it every single time. Regardless how I feel at the end of it, I feel like a better person. It's weird to describe. I kind of feel like I've gone through something. Yeah. Like, with the band, every single listen. Like, I guarantee right now, it's the last band I'm going to mention when I use the disclaimer. You probably haven't heard of this band. It's the top of the pile of, you haven't heard of this band, but you need to hear this band. On my list. It's fucking awesome. It's such a good album. And almost from the time we reviewed it way back in, I'm assuming, July. From that point, like we did, like you say, we did a mid-year list. As soon as I heard that, I was like, that this is a top 5. like at the end of it, I was like, and I can't talk about it now. 4 or 5 fucking months. Like, just like having to sit in my hands, bite my tongue and all the rest. I knew it'd be top 5, and it is 100% top 5 for me. So, and a couple of bands have come biting at those heels, but it's lasted through. Number 4 for me, Boneflower Reveries, out in Death Wish Inc. Came out back in July.
Nice one. Ross, number 4. What you got?
Man, number 4. make it 3 albums in 3 years
Oh.
for my boys Joey Valence and Brave.
Yes,
Their
bitch.
third album, Hyper Youth.
Not heard their new album yet.
My
at all.
man, if No Hands is licensed to Ill, then this is the Paul's Boutique.
Oh, dude.
I'm a big Paul's Boutique man, and that's what this album gives me. So weirdly a bit more introspective, despite, again, every song about being in a nightclub and eating ass and COD zombies and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it does have a more personal feel to it. Again, the whole thing is kind of based around nightclub culture, which I've worked in clubs for 11 years, so that stuff kind of resonates with me quite a lot.
Yeah.
So wheel out Rebecca Black of Friday fame.
You are fucking joking.
For a
I
song-
will remove this from my thing.
Hey.
See, that song fucking haunts me.
Duncan, this is Timberland and Nelly Furtado at their best levels we're talking here.
Don't
we're
you be
we're talking
don't drop
man-eater.
Nelly Furtado on this recording. Like
You're-
you have no under. I'm like a bird. I'm like a bird, and I want to fly away.
You have got to trust me, bro. Source, trust me, bro. This album is outrageous. It is just party tune after. There's actually a song called Party Song. And then
Dude,
also another song called The Party's
album,
Over.
I didn't know I could listen to 360 by Charlie XX and that last. Like I listened to it so many times, and then you were like, "Oh no, they like on the deluxe version they've got like
They've done a cover.
I'll cover it," and I was like, "I was listening to it," and I listened to that more than I listened to it in the original fucking album. So
This album is just, it's so nightclub heavy. But like I say, there is those kind of introspective moments, like having the line, "Don't let my funeral be the only day I get my flowers. Make sure my hearse is a benzo." Like, they're so quick. Like, going between the two things is so good. Like, switch it up. We're an album free because bitches, this ain't the pop scene. It's just, they know what they're doing. The beats are bigger, but it's got that sort of kind of like German club feel to it. Like, everything's really tight.
nice.
And they even, like, No Hands had a lot of the kind of instrumental with the saxophones and the strings. That part is kind of stripped away, sadly, but they do reference it throughout the album. It sounds like it's going to go kind of jazzy for a minute, and then they'll cut it. It's like, where's the club shit at? And straight back into just these fucking fat techno beats. The bars all over it are incredible. It's a lot more concise than they were before, but I really enjoy this album. It's going to fucking go off in the Barrowlands in March. So I cannot wait to see them. This is just the perfect good time band for me. This album and my next one back to back is just vibes. So Hyper Youth by JVB is my number 4.
Sweet.
This is where it gets
Here we go.
fucking serious.
Here we go, boys.
Top 3.
Top 3.
What you got, Dave?
Number 3. So yeah, my number 3 is a kind of new one, released in October, via Magnetic Eye Records. My number
This
3.
has got really fucking interesting now. This is well, we'll get to it, but I think I know where we're going here, and I'm so excited right
My
now.
number 3 is from the Nashville heavy
Dave.
melodic duo
Spank it.
Friendship Commanders, and their new album Bear.
Have you checked this out, Ross?
I've never heard of it until right
Dude,
now.
you're gonna be prepared. Be prepared, my friend.
I've written it down.
Man, if there was ever an album just made for me, like
It's a Dave album.
this
front
is
to
just
back.
like
Yeah.
a duo made up of guitarist, vocalist Buick Audra and drummer Jerry Rowe. This is their 4th album. I'd never heard the band before, but I'm so infatuated with this album. I mean, it also helps it was recorded by Kurt Ballou and mastered by Brad Boatwright. But
I mean,
Nice.
the like
however,
at the church we pray.
even without that kind of warm, crisp production, the tracks on this are nothing short of exceptional. It is kind of stylistically kind of grungy, stoner, sludge rock kind of vein somewhere in there. Every track has just like this really killer balance of great riffs and emotionally charged vocals. The album itself is like exploring kind of things, complexities of like belonging and rejection and resilience. And it just kind of drills down into your soul emotionally. Like every lyric and every vocal melody here is amazing. Like so memorable, so heartfelt, and even more daring than they've been before. This is a slightly more technical, you could say, album than before. There's a bit kind of more moving parts to this. The song structures are a bit more interesting. The guitar work still very riff heavy, but also like a touch more experimental in places. But never in a way that it feels like a prog album wandering in the weeds or anything like that. They get their point across on every track. There's also a really nice nostalgic kind of streak to this. There's a lot of kind of 90s grunge and alternative character, especially in the vocal melody. Buick has this just ability to pull you in and never kind of.
She's got a phenomenal fucking voice. It's ridiculous how good her singing voice is.
She's an absolute star. Like her vocals are unreal on this, and an incredible guitar player as well. The riffs are so memorable, never like repetitive. She knows how to write something that just really lands with power. And speaking of power, like Jerry Rowe is just an absolute beast behind the kit. Like, so it's just so like.
It's a session musician for your information, Ross, and like literally, I think 50% of the review is Dave just talking about like how locked in he is on the drums. Yeah. It's just a total drum fest.
A very natural kind of drummer. Like just everything he does is just very fluid, and the two of them just fit together in such a great way. The chemistry on this album is brilliant.
So it's an eyes album, if you know what I mean. It's two people like you ever that way when you've been in a practice room and you just lock eyes with the person you're playing with, and instinctively wherever you go, that person's lockstep. Imagine a whole album, and that's that.
I'm picturing really like a metal Civil Wars is what I'm picturing in my head.
Yeah, I loved this when we reviewed it back in October. I loved it, and now like at this point in December, I am obsessed with it. When my family asked what I wanted for Christmas this year, I said Bear on vinyl. That was my answer, and I better fucking get it.
I do love this idea of like an actual living live like vinyl Bear arriving, just like.
I love the idea of you getting
through the door.
The Bear from Disney Plus on vinyl, just New Noise by Refused 10 times.
The soundtrack to the hit Disney show. So that just sounds frenetic and jazzy. I don't know what's going on.
I think like any other year, I think this could have been my number one. It's that good. And for anyone that's interested in the band, the vocalist guitarist Buick also put out her own solo album this year. It's called Adult Child.
Who's the time?
So yeah, if you love the kind of melodies on Bear, then check this out. It's slightly lighter in style. It's more.
You're gonna love it, Ross. You are gonna.
I'm excited.
It's great.
It's the solo album is more kind of indie, alternative, kind of folk styled, but still got Jerry on the drums and still mixed by Kurt Ballou and mastered by Brad Boatwright as well. So check that one out if you like the band. But yeah, Bear by Friendship Commanders is so fucking good. It's my number 3 album of the year. Duncan, where are you going for number 3?
Oh, it's like Indiana Jones grabbing the fucking gold statue, putting down the fucking sand like bag, and then being chased by a giant boulder, only to roll under a door and grab his hat at the last second before it drops. We are in December, and yes, ladies and gents, we have a new Health album. Conflict DLC did, honestly. It's a stream that I think I have streamed 12 times. Like we reviewed it and I was still fucking going back to the stream. My only happy moment is knowing that this album is out, I think it's tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow. So by the time we finish actually recording, the album will be out, and then Ross can finally go and listen to it and then realise that his list done fucked up.
To be fair, Dave actually did hook me up. I just never got around to it in time.
That's fine. Like I know you loved Rat Wars. This is better than Rat Wars, so I know you're going to fucking love it.
I'm buzzing.
We've literally reviewed it within a week, so I'm going to keep it very, 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 very short. Rat Wars is the question. This is the answer. It is bigger. It's brasher. It's heavier. It's faster. It's slower, and I will tell you right now, if you're looking for goth industrial pop songs, this album has 3, and not only does that 3, each one gets fucking better than the one that came before. This album to me is fucking incredible, front to back. This is my industrial album of the year, and a year that I've coined the industrial year 2025. Yeah, Health Conflict DLC. I'm going no more detail. Check the video out that we did like a week ago, where we both literally like fucking Limp Bizkit all over the fucking thing and then afterwards. There ain't no jizz left for Conflict DLC. Loma Vista recordings came out on the 11th of December, which is tomorrow after the day we're recording. So yeah, Health. Check it out. It's my number 3.
Nice. Ross, what you got? Number 3.
Number 3. Sometimes you just see the band of the moment at the moment. And the number 3 is Never Enough by Turnstile.
Yes, buddy. How good were they live?
Fuck, I've not seen a live show like that.
Can I just say, like the only gig that has bested that for me this year was Loathe, right? Who I saw like 2 weeks ago.
Incredible live. Love always kill it.
Yeah, but like, at this point when I watched them, I was like, that Loathe should be like fucking headlining the O2 and should have like 3 albums out in the time it's taking them to get one fucking album out.
Yeah.
But regardless of that one, like if you saw Turnstile on that tour.
Yeah, I was there moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of those things where at the end of that set, there's no way you couldn't think Loathe are the biggest band in the genre right now.
Yeah,
or like, I mean that with all humility. They sounded like that venue was too small for them by quite a bit. So,
like, literally, you've seen it like. As soon as they walked out, and the entire crowd, like, try to hold my breath now.
Everyone was singing the riffs. Yeah. They were singing the riffs when he wasn't singing. And every song they were singing the riffs.
Yeah, I've not seen anything like that. And that's what that album does. Like, how you go from like this beautiful, nice opener to Never Enough, fuck this, soul. Boom. Yep. Fucking rip your face off, chunky riff. Fucking choruses, the synths that come in the middle of that song as well. Like, this is just everything Turnstile have ever done, just leveled up. You've got Dreamin' with the sick as fuck saxophone and trumpets. You've got Seeing Stars, it's got fucking Hayley Williams doing backing vocals. As I said it before, you take one of the best No Doubt songs and turn it into a fucking hardcore song and Birds. Like, like the references so hard on their sleeve and they don't care. Like, cool, they've got fucking Bad Brains, but we also love Pet Shop Boys, by the way. And it's just like all these things just mold together. They make it sound, it's what I said with Skill, it's so effortless. Like, they just do this in their sleep. And I've seen the whole like, oh, they just write the same song over and over again. Are you fucking listening to this album, mate? Like, we were talking about Sleep Token in the R&B, but the R&B influence all over this. Like at the gig when they just killed the lights and had a full fucking rave with a big disco ball. Like, it's just, I can't believe how fucking good this album is, how accomplished it is, and this band are just keep fucking growing. And honestly, who knows what the limit is, because they're just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. And with this live show and these songs, Turnstile are fucking unstoppable. Kerrang's album of the year, surprisingly.
It was indeed.
Yeah, but it makes number 3 on my list.
It won't be the only Publications album of the year.
No, I don't think so. But yeah, what an album. What an album. Turnstile, Never Enough.
Nice.
Top 2.
Okay, boys.
Top 2.
We're all thinking it.
This is where we find out.
Did it shift for anyone? Did it shift? Did something come in that was like, nope? Let's find out.
Let's find out. I'll admit the difference between my number 1 and number 2. I was going to say it was marginal, but actually maybe it wasn't. No, actually it wasn't. I scratched that.
Oh, shit.
This was always my number 2. Album number 2 on my list. Released on April 4th.
Fucking yes, Dave.
Self-released.
Yes.
By the happy, heavy, mathy band Snooze. Duncan's wearing the t-shirt. I Know How You Will Die. If you didn't see our mid-year lists and you haven't heard the Snooze, which is entirely possible.
Where have you fucking been?
Well, I mean, it's possible because this band are also kind of flying under the radar for me.
Also, all I've been speaking about since fucking
Yeah,
June.
we have. Yeah. They are, in the grand scheme of things, they are probably relatively unknown. But there is nothing forgettable about this album. This is ridiculous. A combination of everything. Like,
Yeah, it really fucking is.
I suppose it's progressive and mathy, I suppose at its core, but you've got like helpings of all sorts of other stuff, post-hardcore and pop, and all played on 7-string guitars as well. And it is just, for me, one of the most unique listens I've had in 2025. This one's seen as a bit of a kind of reintroduction to their sound, definitely adding more heavier elements than before, harsher vocals, more kind of contorted time signatures, and even more contrast than before as well. But what I love about this is, for all the kind of technicality it has and like creative kind of song structures, it has such a strong kind of emotional core to it. And a lot of that is tied to the band's journey and their experiences, and one being the loss of their bassist who passed away 5-6 years ago. And that grief still like permeates this album. Something I didn't do when we did our mid-year list was read the lyrics to the album when I was listening to it. But I actually have done that now, and there's some lyrics on here, man, that will just rip you in two. If you listen to the title track and just read the lyrics of it, it is fucking heartbreaking. Like, it really is. So, although like when on their mid-year's list, I was talking about how like kind of upbeat and how like uplifting this album
is. Like, musically, it very much is.
The like chord progressions and melodies are very infectious on the surface, but beneath it, it's quite introspective and very emotional as well, if you read more into it. And I kind of had more appreciation for it after knowing that there's kind of more than meets the eye to these tracks. But like, the surface level stuff is incredible. Like, the musicianship, the genre blending, the production, like, it is massively impressive. There's so many like switch ups and turns on this that you're just like, how
tracks that flow in together. There's like there's a whole swath of about 6 songs here that flow into each other in a way where they sound like one long song. It's nuts.
There's so many moments on the album I was just like, how did we get here? Like, what happened? But it's those moments that kind of make this such a brilliant album. The more I listen to it, actually, and I never really thought about this before, but they do kind of remind me a little bit, not like sound wise, but they do remind me a lot of The Contortionist. And the fact that they hit you with a lot of like big riffs and really like inventive time signatures, but it's almost just the tip of the iceberg for this band. There are so many levels.
You go back to the podcast where we originally talked about it, you mentioned The Contortionist.
Did I?
So,
all right, okay.
Yes, you did, yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, give this album some time, because there's depth here that you'll just immerse yourself in if you give it the time. Like, it will blow you away. If you're looking for an album that has like personality all over it, then I Know How You Will Die is an album well worth your time, and that's why it's my number 2 of the year. Incredible stuff. Duncan, where are you going for number 2?
We might be in this I hate it because Ross is here and Ross is like that. You guys are always like, we're not the team, and then you come on with all that. We might be in the first instance where we have the top 2 exactly the same. Number 2 for me is Snooze and I Know How You Will Die. Out on 649-467 Records, which I'm assuming is their record label.
I think it is, yeah.
At this point, who the fuck knows? Snooze is the little engine that could for me this year. I came across some, introduced you guys to them.
Gent shitposting
Facebook page where like I follow it ironically, right? Like you're like where I'm like that.
I know.
Yeah, like you follow it because like it's just people like so far up their own fucking ass they're eating themselves. It's just like it's silly, and I remember seeing the artwork and go that's fucking, it's macabre and it's weird and it's hand painted and it's weird. I'm like, I need to check this out. And the person just wrote something like "Happy Meshuggah." I think that was the 2 words, and I was like, that I'll be the judge of that. And yeah, it kind of is. Not to like really go over like relitigate what Dave's just said there. To me, this album is front to back incredible. Like, it just lets musicians perform at the highest level. If you follow them on Instagram, which I suggest you follow all the members of the band, they never stop writing. It's the fucking bizarrest thing. The drummer is forever I think he's in like 7 bands. He's forever playing things, including the Contortionist, which is kind of ironic. You'll do live playthroughs of the Contortionist, but the guitarists are forever writing. They never stop. Every week there'll be about 3 or 4 like riff jam things where they've got new ideas or whatever and they're playing them out. Musically, it is insane how good they are. And I think my barometer for how complex time signatures has always been Dave. Like, I understand timing, I understand polyrhythms probably better than a lot of people, but if Dave is saying to me there are switch ups here where I'm like that to me shows a level of playing that's like at a very, very, very high level. And it is. There are still moments in this album after, and we were talking about most listened to things. I took a screen grab of this. My most listened to artist, because I have kids, so I don't have the same luxury as you guys here where I can throw things. My most listened to artist this year was Kesha, because my youngest fucking loves Kesha. And by the way, that new Kesha album was fucking great, right?
Very good.
My second most listened to artist of the year is Snooze.
Nice.
With this one album, which I've listened to over 1,004 minutes, right? Which, by the way, is a lot. Is a lot for this album. Is a lot of listens. And there are still moments in this where I can't follow the time jumps, where they'll do switches within 30 seconds. They'll do 3 switches, and trying to find one is almost as an exercise in futility. The melodies are incredible. Dave mentioned the lyrics. The lyrics are so emotionally grounded. The production is phenomenal, I'm assuming, by the band. They feel like a DIY band. Yeah. And what I love about them right now is that they are getting traction. So they're about to go out and tour with 4-Stroke Baron. Why it's not over here, I don't know, but we can only hope that one day it will come over here. But they played the UK for the first time proper this year. They've opened the UK merch store, hence the t-shirt, which makes me think that they see a market over here. So I'm hoping not long from now we'll get that, but you will not find a more interesting, happy, upbeat, melancholic, polyrhythm-rhythmed, fucking insane headfuck of an album like you will with Snooze. I Know How You Will Die, and it's why it's my number 2, which means I think I know where Dave's going with number 1. And you know what? As much as I should be pissed off with it, I'm happy with it. So let's see where Ross goes with his number 2.
This is an interesting one, Duncan, because
you could go anyway. This is Ross we're talking about.
I remember what Ross had as his number 2 mid-year, and it's been mentioned already. So I don't know where he's going here. I've no idea.
Who the fuck knows? Who knows? But at the same time, I'm excited to find out where we end up. So
can I just say,
can I get a witness? Who's
sorry.
guilty? What, sorry?
Can I just say sorry?
Sorry?
Oh. My number 2 album is I Don't Want to See You in Heaven by the Callous Day.
Oh, he broke it!
Oh my God.
He broke the unholy pact.
This is going to be very short because, it might come up.
What's number 1 for Ross?
What the fuck?
This album is exceptional. We all fucking love it. We've waxed
Did
lyrical
Limp
on
Bizkit
it.
release an album this year?
I think if you really think about it, you could get it as someone who's I've brought on the show before. But this, I'm just going to
confused as fuck
maybe
right
pass.
Now, I'll be honest.
I might just pass to you boys to use, and then I'll jump in when you review it.
Cool.
There's no point in me talking about it now just for
I get
it to come up. I'll just join your conversation.
That's cool. Well, let's do that. Let's jump to our number 1 album of 2025.
This is like, after 5 years we've been doing this, is this the 3rd or 4th time we've been like,
every time I've been on
1? Oh, fine, Ross, whatever. Right,
every time.
Can I just stress, before we started doing this, me and Dave never had the same number 1.
Right, I don't believe it.
Like, bring the archives out, fucking unholy archives. Let's bring them out. Like we tend to not. It's weird. We tend check the rest. There are very few times we've aligned. Just for whatever reason we're aligning on number 1. Like often now. Four Stroke Barn have an album coming out next year. So get
year.
yourself ready, lads.
Number one, the all-important number one slot, the moment we've all been waiting for. I have re-listened to pretty much every album in this list countless times, and my top two albums definitely got more spins than the rest. However, none of them were listened to as much as this album. I don't think there was any doubt, to be honest. I was kidding myself thinking, oh, it's something that... Nah, nothing's going to overtake this. This was my number one. 2025, released on May 16th via MNRK Heavy. I Don't Want to See You in Heaven by the Callous Cowboys.
Number 40 on Krang's list. What the fuck was going on there? And whose check didn't clear in time?
Yeah. MNRK, clearly. Slide the dollars over, come on. This is what it's all about, boys.
It's
like, this, what do you even say about this album? Yeah, obviously known for their mathcore roots. That's, where they came from, their bread and butter. But pretty much everything they do, they constantly push the boundaries. Every album that comes out, it's like, we're going to lean even harder into that fusion of different genres. And this is everything. This is like metalcore and mathcore and new metal and pop and R&B and fucking jazz and everything. Like, it's so many unexpected.
The Trouser Snake is on this. Well, he's not on it, but he's behind it, if you know what I mean.
For sure. The fucking R&B hooks, the emo theatrics, the drum and bass pulses, like it's all in here, but they never sacrifice that signature chaotic sound of the band. It's razor sharp in its delivery. The musicianship is just incredible across the board on this. Every member of the band is just pulling their weight here. There's no one's phoning it in on this album at all. I'll even love down to the whole like Museum of Failure concept of the album.
Yeah,
where like every song is an artifact. Like, it's just so well thought out. But I think that one of the most impressive things about this is how they managed to balance it. Being that kind of hyper technical and also emotionally resonant, but also injecting like their own kind of sense of humor into it as well. I think that's really rare. I think like bands like Dillinger or like Glassjaw, who do share like similar DNA to the Cowboys, and are like just as impressive technically or emotionally, but that extra kind of layer that comes from this band and the humor and the kind of theater of it is just like, it takes it to another level. Especially vocally. I think Carson is at his prime, his best here, like continuing to deliver that kind of irony and vulnerability in equal measure, but with these like just unhinged kind of screams throughout the album, which kind of swerve into these crooning melodies, like all in the same sentence.
It's crazy.
Just, like even in the backing vocals as well, there's so many cool layers backing vocal wise as well into this album that just makes it such a flawless listen. I mean, we've done a full review on this album. I don't think there was anything was going to move this, to be honest. Like, it's just, it feels like this is the album that should be the benchmark now. Like, years ago, you maybe would have said, oh, like for mathcore, like, oh, is it as good as Miss Machine, or is it as good as Only One of Us Is a Killer, or something like that? I feel like this is the album now. Like, I Don't Want to See You in Heaven should be the one that gets, everything should be compared against this album. It's flawless in my opinion, and I've rinsed it ridiculous.
Yes,
and obviously what the vinyl, because it's so fucking good.
It's just the way they, like we said it last time, they're so open about where they're pulling from.
Yeah,
like having again that Ross Robinson speech from first to last documentary. I don't know if you've seen the clips of their tour, but when they're doing Lemon live for the outro, they're singing the chorus of Sweetness by Jimmy Eat World over it instead of singing the Lemon chorus, because it just fits so beautifully on it. And then to have, like, they're so fucking bastard and heavy. Like, genuinely, it's just out fucking rageous the way they can have a Maroon 5 chorus into like a straight up breakdown. Like, I just don't understand how they do it. It's like Fall Out Boy and Glassjaw all at once, and it's just it shouldn't work the way it does. Like, after we reviewed it last time, a few of my friends listened to the album off the back of the review and the podcast, and they could not believe it's the same clean vocalist and the screams are all Carson.
Yeah.
And they were all asking, is that two different vocalists? I was like, mate, that's the same fucking cycle, doing both. Like, I've loved Day Boys. I gave the last EP 5 out of 5 on the website. I was big on Celebrity Therapist, but fuck me, man. Like, there's leveling up and there's whatever they've done here.
Yeah, for sure. Duncan, what do you think? I'm assuming it's your number one as well.
Oh, yeah, it's my number one. I can recall your heartbeat ever speeding up. For you, the taste is so much better than a pump. You know what I mean? Yeah, this album, front to back, it's my jam. Like, we said, like, it's weird because I think every single year now that we've done Metal Epidemic, there's an album that drops, and when I hear it and we do the review, I get to the end and I'm like, that it's going to take something special to move this.
You said that, yeah.
And it's every year now, like, where I'm like that, like, something connects with me and I'm like that, this is the album for me. Like, just everything about it is just flawless, the way it's delivered, what they do. There's a weird space which is occupied for me where, like, it's never been totally filled with a vacation of bands like Dillinger and bands like Glassjaw, who we really leaned into in the review, and I think it's apt, where there was a sound at a time that just really captured me, and bands struggled after that. The bands themselves struggled to kind of, like, capture it. And what makes the Callous Boys so interesting is musically, and you can see even from the way they dress, the way they, like, present themselves, they're all very different people.
Yeah.
With very different influences. And that's the biggest strength to the Callous Boys, is what you get at the end feels like an amalgamation of a lot of different ideas and a lot of different personalities, but under that one sound that literally means that you can go from a track like The Demon of Unreality Limping Like a Dog, which starts off with the heaviest, chunkiest fucking it's just fucking ridiculous. But at the same time, you can get a track like Distracted by the Mona Lisa, which Panic at the Disco could do, and it's the most pop punk thing you'll hear. And the only thing it's separated by is a couple of tracks, but those couple of tracks give context to the listen. Like you say, the idea of the kind of walking around the museum of failure, trying to. I love everything about it, and you can throw vocoders and all the pitch shift qualities of 90s pop in here as a kind of tongue-in-cheek wink and an homage to something. But by the end of this album, you are understanding that you're finally grasping with a band that are, and I'm going to put this out here, finally grappling with the idea that they're actually really good at everything they do. And whilst I think that as it stands just now, this is the second 5-star Callous Boys album for me. I love the previous one. I don't think I'm going to be short of 5s to throw out in this band's career. I genuinely think, as we stand right now, we're at the precipice of a band that could do anything, and that is even more exciting than the album listen, is that the understanding that these guys here have managed to, the fact that in the press statement he's like that, oh yeah, I tried to push my vocals, I still don't know if it's there. And you listen to this, you're like, it was there before. It's so there now. The fact he doesn't know that, and musically the band doesn't know that yet, makes them the most exciting, most dangerous, most interesting band that we have in our genre. And I couldn't find an album that came, and I love the Snooze album. The Snooze album is not close to this album for me. This year it was all about the Callous Boys. So I am so fucking curious. I could not, honestly.
You're going to be so disappointed because it's definitely gettable.
But I don't know if it is for me. Okay. So I'm gonna stop talking now, and the final say on the final album, on this final part of the final recording of this year, goes to Ross. Go big or go home, son.
This, again, we're rounding it off with an album that's got fuck all to do with Metal Boys. Nothing to do with it whatsoever.
Sabrina Carpenter
It
had
was-
an album at this year.
She didn't
was
make the top 20.
Walked around like a dog.
I fucking wish. But when I was making my most anticipated albums of the year, I generally think the top two was the Calisthea Boys and this. And when I tell you I've listened to this about 15 or 16 times and it's not even been out that long, my number one is the third album from Icelandic jazz singer Levi, and it is A Matter of
I have
Time.
not listened to this yet. I
my
can't believe
fucking
this.
God, Duncan! Holy,
I was waiting on you. I was waiting on you
untouchable.
dropping into my DMs and saying, check this fucking shit out.
There's
I
no,
love that last album.
There's no better time to listen to it than now because
Oh, I'm 100%
it is
doing it tomorrow.
so Christmassy. This is when you can put on with all the family when you're making Christmas.
No, my
dinner.
wife hates her. My wife like actively.
Well,
I played it and we
divorce
fell
is
it we fell it for 2 days. And I don't stress it. I don't say this out. We did not speak to each other for 2 days because we were listening to a previous album, dropping the kids off in the morning, and we were on like track 1, and she fucking
it does have a lot of
like
scatting and track.
literally changed. She changed the fucking.
never
She
touched
changed the
Oh,
album.
no.
You never change.
No.
So if I'm driving and I'm listening to something,
Oh,
you
you
don't
never
change it. And she was just like that. And she changed it to some
Oh.
fucking Foo Fighters shite. some fucking adultering bastard who has a fucking third family. Do you know he's got a kid with, sorry, I don't want to get as like we've got time here. He's got plenty of time for his bridge. Not only does he have a fucking mistress who he has a kid with, but he's in therapy with that mistress.
Right?
But do you understand how fucked up you have to be? You're going to therapy with your mistress, and the therapist is going like that. Why do you think the relationship maybe isn't going as strong? And she has to sit there and not say because he's married with a family, and I'm the second bit. Anyway, right? She changed it, and we didn't speak after that for
That's
2 days.
awful.
But
Yes,
I've not listened to it yet. So
this
tell
is
me why I
very
need to check it
Christmassy.
out.
So
Tell us.
open up with Clockwork. It's just beautiful, almost like panning shot of a camera going up with ice skaters around it.
Done.
She is fucking on one in this album. She's got that very reserved vocal that you can tell she's never quite singing with 100%.
Yeah.
Until you get to Tough Luck on this album, which admittedly probably is like her most poppy song she's ever done. But the bridge, she is fucking yelling, going for it. Almost like the fastest vocals she's ever done. Like it's this kind of staccatoed jazz vocal refrain. It's absolutely like undoubtedly is my song of the year. I think it's just a masterclass in songwriting. Love her girl with the hand claps and the way it's actually weirdly the last album was so piano focused. This one's a lot more acoustic guitar focused. There's a lot more guitar this time around. Her sister Junia does the violins on it, which are really heartbreaking. There's this really just fucking sad song called Forget Me Not, which is about how she had to leave Iceland if she was ever going to make it as a musician, and she feels like she's not welcome on the black sandy beach anymore. And it's just like she just pours her heart over all of this album. I love that Calisthea Boys album. I actually had to listen to the two albums back to back to make my decision. That's the only way I could decide. That's how close this was. But for me, Levi is probably my favourite artist in the world right now. And I think this is just a fucking home run.
I need to get on this, man.
It's
I
so
loved. I spun that.
You
previous
spoke about that
album
last album a lot.
like once you when you mentioned it, I can't stress it enough. I literally rinsed it to death. I think it's fucking great.
Yeah. None of the lead vocals in this album have reverb on them, so it's got that kind of dry, directly speaking to you approach to every chorus that I think is just fucking acceptable. I feel like me and her are sitting in a room and she's playing piano at me. And I fucking love that. Like
our Tiny Desk is one of the best Tiny Desks I've ever heard.
Yeah,
it's like it's effortless. It's
unbelievable.
that point where you're like that, like this, like what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Like, is this the album?
I'm actually
Like,
flying to Dublin next year to see her because there was no Glasgow date on the UK tour. So I cannot wait. And you know what? I'm happy with my choice. I may have ruined her joint top three.
I'm happy with your choice because I'll check it out. I can literally see Dave does not give a fuck, which
Dave would
also
like-
makes me smile.
Dave's got a kid, man. Chuck it on at
Yeah,
Christmas.
but Dave,
You'll
like,
love it.
no, this is like Dave's kid likes hip hop.
I know.
And when I say she likes hip hop, she likes new hip hop.
I see she's also got a Christmas album as well, though.
She does have a Christmas album. Yeah.
I mean,
Christmas is big in Iceland.
I'm doing everything right now.
It's got a real Christmassy vibe to it. I don't know if that's intentional. I assume it must be.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's just, boys, I hate Christmas, not gonna lie. Not a Christmas guy. But she makes me like Christmas. That's how fucking good this album is.
Nice.
That's how good this album is.
I will check it out. Nice one.
You should, man.
I will check it out, dude. Oh, there we go.
There we go, boys.
We did it. Not only did we did it, we're out, about an hour earlier than I thought would be. So there we go.
Shall we run back the lists for...
What the fuck? Right, let's do it.
The pricks.
I need the pee so bad, so let's do this faster than anything else we've ever done.
Right, for the pricks that skip right to the end, you know who you are.
Hiya.
We never wanted your YouTube ad money anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, my top 20 from 20 down to 1. Here we go. Tribal Gaze and Vague Brilliance at number 20. At number 19, The Acacia Strain, You Are Safe From God Here. Number 18, Rivers of Nile and Rivers of Nile. Number 17, Agriculture and The Spiritual Sound. Number 16, Sleep Token and Even in Arcadia. 15, Hangman's Chair, Seduction. 14, Sure, Destruction of Form. 13, Villanova and Hit It. 12, Eyes and Spinner. 11, Conjurer and Unself. 10, Som, Let the Light In. 9, Chat Pile and Hayden Padigo, In the Earth Again. 8, Health Conflict DLC. 7, King Yosef and Spire of Fear. 6, Spirit World and Heldorado. 5, Coastlands and Coastlands. 4, Boneflower and Reveries. 3, Friendship Commanders and Bear. 2, Snooze, I Know How You Will Die. And number 1, The Callous Dow Boys, I Don't Want to See You in Heaven. Duncan, take it away.
Okay, number 20, The Armed with The Future is Here and Everything Needs to Be Destroyed. Number 19, Keonashi with I Want to Go Home. Number 18, The Acacia Strain, You Are Safe From God Here. Number 17 was Rivers of Nile with their self-titled album. 16, Ocarus with Waving at the Sky. 15, Hangman's Chair with Seduction. Number 14 is Deaf Heaven, Lonely People with Power. 13, Zata Crave, Bring Mirrors to the Surface. Number 12 is Eyes with Spinner. Number 11 is Sure with Destruction of Form. Number 10 is Villanova with Hit It. 9 is Author and Punisher with Nocturnal Birding. 8 is Agriculture with The Spiritual Sound. 7, Coastlands, self-titled. 6, King Yosef, Spire of Fear. 5 is Chat Pile and Hayden Padigo's In the Earth Again. Number 4 is Boneflower with Reveries. 3, Health, Conflict DLC. Number 2, Twinning, is Snooze with I Know How You Will Die. And number 1 on the list, The Callous Dow Boys, I Don't Want to See You in Heaven.
My number 20 is Cremis by Grab. Number 19 is Panico by Moron Police. 18 is Dead Channel by Clipping. 17 is the soundtrack from Clair Obscure Expedition 33 from Laurie and Testard. 16 is Clockwork from Stray from the Path. 15 is the self-titled album by Sorcerer Dream. 14 is Black Braid Free by Blackbread. 13 is Hymns and Dissonance by Whitechapel. 12, This Consequence by Killswitch Engage. 11, Fuck You Skrillex, You Think You're Andy Warhol But You're Not. 10 is Fallen Star by Employed to Serve. 9, My Apologies to the Chef by Winona Fighter. 8, Sanguivore 2, The Mistress of Death by Creeper. 7, Are We All Angels by Scowl. 6, Lonely People with Power by Death Heaven. 5 is Even in Arcadia by Sleep Token. 4 is Hyper Youth by Joey Valance and Bray. 3 is Never Enough by Turnstile. 2, I Don't Want to See You in Heaven by the Callous Dow Boys. And my number 1 album is A Matter of Time by Levy.
There we go. There we go. Our top 20 albums of 2025. Let us know, what did you have in your lists? Stick some comments in. Let us know your top 5, 10, 20, whatever you want. Let us know what albums you were checking out and what albums you loved this year. Thanks once again for checking out our videos. We love doing this. We love finding new albums. We love talking about them, recommending stuff to you guys, putting a spotlight on stuff that you might never have heard of otherwise. So thank you for getting involved. That's it from us. We'll be back in January. Woo! To start this all over again. More album reviews, more monthly podcasts, which are also available on Spotify and Apple Music, as well as maybe some interviews and some tech reviews when we find the time. Until then, take care, and we'll speak to you in 2026.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.